This NFL Picks Week 10 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hey, it's Peyton Manning, and you're listening to SGPN. Let's ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Over.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Double digits, Sean. We're there. Week
Yes.
10. We're way into the season now. Now we're even halfway for the playoff weeks. Count the same truthers like yourself, who will remind us that there's more than 8 or 18 weeks in a season. There's actually 20.
Yeah, I count the playoffs as part of the season. Knock on wood, the
But
Eagles will be in the playoffs. So
double
Yeah.
digits. So
double digits. We're here. We're growing up.
It's
NFL
big.
season is flying by, and I mean, we got a lot to get to. We got a little trade deadline talk to start things off, but we talked about it a little bit on the college football experience. Colby jumped the gun. Normally we just focus on amateur football. Colby had to bring up the professional football story that's rocking the world, and that's Tom Brady deciding to clone his dog. Ryan, what is your official take now that you've had an extra day to think on dog cloning in general?
I have two answers for this. One, if I was a rich guy,
Yeah,
who had plenty of disposable income to invest in fringe science.
I mean, hopefully Herb Street hadn't heard about this. He's going to be digging up his. Why
do you think all those fucking dogs look the same, Sean?
Yeah,
you don't think he's already tapped into this?
I mean, it's insane.
I would say, I mean, look, there's two sides to this. If I was invested in a company that is literally doing Jurassic Park, starting with dire wolves, a very, very like peak alpha predator.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, maybe you can slide me a clone of my dog on the side here. Cool. I think what's weird about it is that it's Tom Brady. And if he's telling people he's cloned his dog, think about all the weird shit he's actually doing.
Yeah. Well, and was it? It's a scene from Dirty Work, right? Where he goes, one of the bad guys. He goes, he's got his thumb up that dog's ass.
They're in the office of like the bad real estate guy or whatever it is, and he's holding his little. I want to say it's a Chihuahua, but he has his hand placed right in like the area.
Artie reaches over. He's like, he's got his thumb in that dog's ass.
Yeah.
I always think about, to me, because it would bum me out seeing a clone of my old dog. Like I had a dog Buddy, great dog, and yeah, I get the idea of cloning is great, but then it's not actually that same dog, and it just reminds you of that other dog.
The other weird thing about it is the idea that you don't want to observe a time like this. You want to actually, like, you are in a place where you want to change and control time.
Yeah.
Instead of then spending time with your dog's children or your dog's relatives.
Yeah. Or just find a new dog
or another dog.
Now one dog I think they should clone is Spuds McKenzie, the ultimate party dog. I mean, Budweiser really missed out. I mean, also like,
again, also not that I'm the most emotionally correct person, but the idea that you're going to just be emotionally the same with a clone is a little strange to me. I get it. Just it's like you're going to treat it like the same. I don't quite understand really the end game, because it's not going to have the memories. We haven't figured that part out yet. No. We're going to eventually figure out a way to say, hey,
how would you know the dog has the same memories?
Well, I freak the old people out at the park. So I walk my dog on the normal route. tons of people in the neighborhood kind of congregate in this one section of the park. We kind of me and the dogs make our way through there pretty quickly. There's a lot of crazy activity over there, but I have been blowing their mind, telling them that we're less than 15 years away from being able to talk to our dogs.
Really? You think 15 years we'll be talking to dogs?
I think if
I'm going to set a calendar reminder.
I think if you believe in any sort of like, when we get to a place where the artificial intelligence is near super intelligence, the idea of translating communications between like species intermingling is going to be one of the first things that I think we cross into. I think the idea that we
intermingling sounds like really close to bestiality, right?
Well, it starts as just trying to communicate, but eventually you know they're going to have sex. Think about, all right. So all the time, what happens? The prison guards have sex with the prisoners.
Yeah.
You're studying an animal. You're learning how to translate. You're working with AI.
Jane Goodall, Jane Goodall hooked up with those chimps. You don't live with chimps for that long. One night, maybe she has a couple too many glasses of wine. Wants to really understand how primates work in the jungle.
In the end, we're all just animals, Sean.
Hey, also trade deadline, Kramer.
How'd you get that? That was all your fault bringing up the cloning.
No, well, you had to talk about it.
But we were not done because I did want to finish. I mean, so bringing it back to Tom Brady.
Sure.
What would you put the likelihood on Tom Brady having already cloned a human? Whether it was himself,
90%.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's
TB12 has a lot of interesting relationships with overseas companies.
I mean, Gronk seems the most clonable. They probably start with Gronk, lower intelligence bar to copy. I mean,
it's
Gronk
almost like we're
clonable.
Getting different versions, like they're beta testing with the play-by-play.
Yeah,
and a different guy is being rolled out there every week who knows nothing about fucking football.
I mean, also Brady's face does look like skin on a robot, right? Like he's just so pulled back. Hi, welcome to Fox NFL Live. It's unsettling. You're supposed to be a football guy. I mean, compare him to John Madden. John Madden had a football face. It was like jowly, and you could just tell there was like a bunch of snacks and blooming onions.
John Gruden exists. We have a modern day.
John Gruden's a great example. All right, Ryan. Trade deadline. What are your thoughts on trade deadline?
Well, I think that. One
Eagles A+, Jalen Phillips, great pickup.
Kind of great that ESPN isn't like I have to go a couple extra clicks to get there.
Yeah,
and I mean I appreciate everyone trying to make the NFL like the NBA, and expiring contract. It doesn't matter. Players either are good or they suck. And occasionally teams will think they need to push their chips into the middle of the table.
The Jets trading Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams to me is kind of funny. It's like, oh yeah, everyone's applauding him. Yeah, blow it up. But also at some point you need to start collecting good players. They had 5 picks. They had 5 first round picks from 21 to 22. So you're just gonna try again?
I'd say this. There's two things are true here. One, the nerds of the internet who want the NBA culture to be everywhere and would prefer to talk about rebuilding a team than a team competing for a championship. They almost uniformly love this trade because they have all those picks. Look at all those picks.
Yes.
Where meanwhile, if I sit down and think about it, okay. If you are going to do this kind of thing, that's the way you would
get extremely lucky to draft Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner
I'm getting
in the first round with those
there.
picks.
Now they've done it. They've 10 out of 10 in terms of maximizing what you can get for assets on your team and positioning yourself to build for the future. Because most importantly, what they didn't do making sure that you use those picks to get the right quarterback. Now on the other side. It can also be the dumbest fucking thing ever because I would say if you're ranking positions where it's like, we got to lock this down, you go quarterback 1.
Yep.
You go lineman, whether that's a left tackle,
left
pass
tackle,
rusher, a game changing defensive tackle, and then the next tier is like receiver, cornerback. Now, all of those positions have the ability to be drafted at the top of the draft, and they had hit home runs on 2 of those picks. And what you would probably go find in those drafts where they had the 5 picks is that hitting at a rate of 40 or 60% is probably what they should expect. And so I understand this is more about getting the quarterback for this regime to kind of build around and finally do it the right way. But yeah, if you're a Jets fan, I guess you're talking yourself into the future, but you traded away the like, you could only just put a calendar reminder for 5 years. Did they replace Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner with a franchise quarterback or players like Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner?
Well, and then the other on the other end, I did think the Colts probably gave up too much, but if he ends up being a game changer defensively, sure. I don't think he was like playing that well. I was surprised to hear they got 2 firsts for Sauce. So hats off to the Jets for getting that. But
I feel like I was also just sitting on the wave of that narrative with Sauce, and then I went and looked at the numbers. Not true. Playing very well this year.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just saying. I just look.
Yeah, but look at like the next gen stats. You know who else is on there for like forcing tight windows throws?
No, I'm not talking.
Dory Jackson.
Oh yeah, that's not a real stat then. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay,
I'm just talking about just general like basic stats giving up, like not even getting too advanced. And so I think he's fine. He's playing well.
It's fine.
I think the interesting part is, like you said, pushing your. I made the joke on the internet, Sean, pushing your dimes to the middle of the table.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. By also getting rid of 2 first round picks, you're essentially saying, hey, we are gonna re-sign Danny Dimes to a big contract, because if you don't have first round picks and Daniel Jones is your quarterback, what's your other option?
He's like a somewhat little bit more retarded Kirk Cousins in terms of hitting these contract windows perfectly.
He really is.
He's dialed in. And I think this also speaks to, we know that new ownership has been taking a strong interest, being very observant to what goes on game days.
I mean, again,
well, think about it. If she's on the sideline with a headset on game days, what do you think she's doing in Chris Ballard's office?
My buddy texted me and goes, did she pick up the phone and was like listening in?
I think this is a sign that, well, one, I don't mean to sound sexist, but women can be spontaneous sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Could be shopping, hungry. Maybe it's a time of the month situation. Get me a cornerback. Or she's up Chris Ballard's ass and he realizes that if he doesn't do something, he's out of there anyway. Future picks, who gives a shit? He's been there for a while. That seems less likely, but we haven't seen this type of trade. And the one thing I would say nice about the Jets, getting AD Mitchell's interesting.
Yeah, no, he's actually been playing decent. And it's interesting they kept Sauce.
Needed a fresh start after that fumble situation.
Yeah, they kept Sauce Gardner. They kept Breece Hall. We don't have to talk about the Jets.
Garrett Wilson they kept. You mean?
Sorry. Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. We don't have to talk about the Jets anymore, but we do have to talk about the Cowboys. The Cowboys trading for Quinnen Williams, who I do think is a good player, but why get rid of Micah to get Quinnen Williams and doing it? I mean, obviously, I never thought the Cowboys were going to get into the playoffs, but after that Monday night game against the Cardinals, if you're not putting up points against the Cardinals at home, what is your path to the playoffs? And if you're not going to be a playoff team, why bring in Quinnen Williams?
Well, Sean, Dak had been playing so well.
Yeah.
And now that the tables are starting to turn and he has a stinker, this is, again, I mean,
he is a good player.
The Cowboys got but
the thing is, too, the Cowboys actually have done really well in the draft. They fuck up when it comes to re-signing the guys that are good and managing their cap after that.
Well, or
trading away good players like Micah Parsons.
Somewhat ironically, they did punt on Mozzie Smith, who was a busted early draft pick of theirs in this deal. And so you can even say like, wow, they picked up some nice change of scenery guys that maybe can step up to what their pedigree would suggest. But I mean, it's the comedy of what Jerry Jones is doing certainly sucks. The Cowboys pick up a generational, like he's a top of the league defensive tackle every year.
Yeah, he's good,
and that sucks. But it's just all too funny the way that Jerry and Jerry would probably point out that he's ended up with an additional first round pick in the transaction. So he swapped out Micah for Quinnen Williams and got a first round pick. But I don't know what you're trying to do. This he sees the end. He knows whatever's extending his life. Whatever.
But again, then why get rid of Micah? It's
because he didn't like that Micah. They shook hands in that office, and at the end of the day,
yeah. It just shows no strategy. Either you thought you were pushing your chips in this year or you didn't.
Strategy is Jerry does business deals, and then Jerry talks about those deals on the microphone.
When he was scolding his son for drafting Zach Martin instead of Johnny Football, he goes, "You don't become the owner of the Cowboys by playing it safe down the middle, boy." And then Zach Martin turns out to be an awesome.
It's a great cutaway.
lineman.
It's a great cutaway to him hiring Brian Schottenheimer. I mean, that's
safe down the middle. I don't even know if it's safe. All right, Kramer, let's talk some NFL picks, picking every game against the spread since 2011, keeping the streak alive. Let's fucking go.
Oh, we're just going to plow through the trade deadline talk and not bring up Jair Alexander, locker room cancer, quote unquote, Sean Green.
When did I say that?
You had some negative things to say about his presence on the Packers.
Oh, I mean,
didn't want to play.
Yeah.
Not a leader.
No, I don't. I don't think he's good. And I'm not excited about Jair.
Went back to his college teammate Lamar in Baltimore. That didn't work out.
Yeah. I don't know if I haven't looked too into why he's not playing, but it seemed like he was whatever was going on with the injury stuff. Any of these guys who every week they say they're gonna play and then don't play, I don't expect much. I don't expect much for him on this team.
Yeah.
Now, maybe there's a long shot it works out. We didn't give anything up. So again, I'm fine with taking bullets on a couple of the cornerbacks that they rolled the dice with. Maybe one of those guys ends up working out.
You got some,
I mean, Jalen Phillips is the exciting
piece. You got some volatile pieces in the locker room. You don't want to add another combustible piece.
Well, and of course, let's break down the AJ Brown trade. Of course, the malcontent, they had to get rid of him. He was forced in his way. Oh wait, none of that happened. Who could have seen that coming, right?
I mean, it did seem like there was a non-zero chance that he might have been traded, but he wasn't. So I'm glad.
Shocking.
Who are you victory lapping at? Like, who are you pointing? There is no taunting penalty, who are you pointing at?
Diana Rossini had a lot of stuff about. It was just annoying because you actually like click on the article and none of it is sources of like actual trade rumors.
Well, she's an insider.
No, but it wasn't even that.
Yeah. But the insiders don't reveal.
It was just rampant speculation of if he is actually upset, the Eagles could get a haul for AJ Brown. Yeah, but like just take a step back. One, if you look at the salary cap or have any understanding of the salary cap, it would be insane for the Eagles to trade him. The dead cap hit would be crazy. And then two, just look at the basics of Howie Roseman. When has Howie Roseman ever traded a player in his peak while they were in a Super Bowl window? When? What am I missing?
I mean, we're not going to count John Mechie.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, and they rolled the dice on guys. John Mechie was one of them. Didn't work out. Fine, get rid of him. Tank Bigsby didn't seem like it was working out. Then had 100 yards against the Giants. So I'm fine rolling and we still have a shit ton of picks even after the Jalen Phillips trade. So I have nothing bad to say about Howie. Keep crushing it as always.
Jalen Phillips will be interesting to see if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, again, they didn't really give up much. I think it's worth the risk, and Vic Fangio likes him, and guys that Vic has gone out of his way to bring in have done really well in his defense.
Yeah, we'll say he is a warm weather guy. So
okay,
some clips have surfaced of him talking about he doesn't like playing in the cold.
And shout out to Bryce in the chat.
Who's Bryce?
Bryce Shell in the YouTube chat. He keeps quoting the Bill O'Brien. What's up, Trevor? Press conference from yesterday. We got to pull that clip. and we're gonna start using it as a sound drop because it's really funny. He goes on this whole long rant, and at the end, he just goes to the next beat report. He goes, "What's up, Trevor?" It's such an amazing transition.
You can. It really dials in how pissed off he was at the first reporter. I mean, he felt like that.
He's like, okay, that guy's a piece of shit. This guy's cool, and he like change it. He tries to change from bad mood to good mood, and it just comes off hilarious.
All right, should we? Enough chit chat.
Yeah, come on, Kramer, get your energy level.
You want to talk some football?
You're sleeping. Let's go.
I'm just clicking around. Got a lot of tabs here, making sure I got the right things going. All right. Dun, dun, dun.
Look at this sweet. If you're watching YouTube live, youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast. Awesome adding graphic, courtesy of the slide man himself, Colby Dan.
Where did Colby find this horse? Broncos.
The Broncos definitely AI, but yeah, solid slide.
Colby getting in with the AI is dangerous.
The database meets AI. Look out.
Feel like he's he's potentially gonna fall in love with AI. It's going to organize his life. He's not going to know what to do. Las Vegas Raiders, Denver Broncos, Thursday night football. The Broncos laying 9, Sean, minus 470 on the money line, plus 375 for the Raiders. 43 is the total. I mean, these short week games this deep into the season, certainly you got to take a look at the injury report. And just in general, I mean, I don't really know what to take away from the Broncos, or I'm sorry, the Raiders. I thought they played a decent game last week, but you trade away Jacoby Myers.
Now, is that just because you have the Jags really highly rated?
Possibly. They looked better coming out of the bye.
I guess, yeah.
They definitely looked better. They had looked like hot ass.
And they had Brock Bowers. Again,
Brock
Bowers gives them a pulse.
And on the other side, the Broncos at home here, at elevation, playing a team that just had a 5-quarter full overtime experience. It seems like a very simple handicap, and we have to pay with a massive number to lay with Bo Nix in an offense you don't typically like to do that with. But this just feels like one of those scheduled spots where the Raiders are going to get gassed, and the Broncos are going to be able to, like, Sean Payton's he's going to have his designed plays to pick apart this offense, a lot of short plays to keep them having to play more plays, get them tired, and then second half the running game loads up.
Well, and again, if you listen to the prop show, we highlighted a couple angles we like here. I think the Broncos are going to do a good job at slowing down Ashton Jeanty. I mean, look at any sort of stuff like this offensive line without Colton Miller for the Raiders just really has not been the same. And then the Denver defensive line, and why I was optimistic on this Broncos team coming into the season, I thought both the offensive and defensive line would really carry this team. They're plus 31 in sack differential, best in the league. Second is Seattle. So at 18, they are plus 31, and it's a pretty easy formula. They have a good offensive line that keeps Bo Nix clean, and they bring a shit ton of pressure. Geno Smith is going to turn the ball over, and they're going to be able to slow down the run. Now, is Brock Bowers really good? Sure. And normally you would talk me into a division dog almost getting double digits here, but man, this is just such a horrible spot. They played an entire extra quarter. I think
10 minutes.
The Raiders defense was out there for 60 defensive plays, and now you're going on the road at elevation. When an overtime team is coming off a game playing another team that wasn't coming off overtime on a Thursday night, they are 6-21 straight up, 4-23 ATS. So I think this number is maybe a little inflated, but I would argue it's not inflated enough. Like, this should be over 10 points because this is such a huge advantage for this Broncos team. The only little nugget that, Brock Bowers is good, right?
Well, I was going to update you. You shorted the amount of defensive snaps they played. It was 80.
80. Wow. Okay.
Like a lot.
Yeah. And it's insane. 80 defensive snaps, and they weren't a super deep defense to begin with. Now you're on a short week at elevation.
And you saw it in overtime. If you watched the game against the Jags, what happened? They just methodically took the ball and they drove it down their face.
They wore them out.
And I would imagine that Sean Payton will be able to see what they were successful doing and be able to replicate it. He has a couple running backs he likes now with the passing game. I mean, they could get Mims back, Sean. So adding to Sutton and
are you sure he's in? I thought he was still out.
I'll double check my notes.
Okay, because I thought he was looking to be out still with the concussion.
You're right. He is still out.
Yeah,
my mistake.
But again, to me, it's just a horrible situation spot. Then you look at Geno in prime time, Ryan. He might be the next Kirk Cousins. 4-13 straight up. He is
not inside. He's been horrible outside.
Yeah, 0-7 straight up against division opponents. Look, they're going to be able to pressure the Raiders. They're going to be able to slow down the run game. They're going to scheme up ways to defend Brock Bowers. Now, the little wrinkle of maybe that gives the Raiders a chance, or maybe it gives them a chance to cover. And this is courtesy of our good buddy over at NFL Ref Stats. Does a good. He does a really good job. If you like ref angles, if you like conspiracy handicaps,
this is
highly recommend following at NFL Ref Stats. So the ref is Ryan.
Sending the fixer,
Vinovich.
Oh no!
Do you know?
Let me guess. Loves a good road team.
No. Way deeper than that.
Oh.
Do you know who was the ref for that debacle down in New Orleans where they didn't call the defensive pass interference, which some would argue was very obvious for the.
So this is an anti-Sean Payton angle.
Yeah, and apparently they had kept Vinovich off of Sean Payton's games. They finally decided to allow him to officiate Payton's games. He's had 3 games of Sean Payton's now that basically when he
just hates this guy.
Basically when he returned back to Denver in 2023, they started allowing Vinovich to call Payton games again. Broncos are 1-2 straight up at ATS with Vinovich. So maybe they've buried the hatchet, but if you got a conspiracy theory brain, or if you're a little worried, that would be my only angle. Why I would not take the Raiders here. I'm going with the Broncos laying the 9. Kramer.
Yeah, I'm laying it too. Sertan being out too. He certainly had some involvement in defending Brock Bowers in the past, and so they seemed fine without him though. I think the other thing too is I feel like Geno played the best game he's ever going to play last week. And he still threw an interception.
Yeah.
And I mean, that game had 13 points in the 4th quarter, Sean, to start it. And Geno just caught fire. So hopefully he's not still on fire. All right. Next up, Sean, it's they brought it back to us. The international game. This time we are in Germany, in Berlin.
Dusseldorf.
I think that's a different city. This is in Berlin. Atlanta, the Falcons on the road taking on Danny Dimes and the Colts. Sauce Gardner will be he's got a clear concussion protocol, I believe. We'll see how that.
Really, he's practicing.
I know. But I think technically he was in concussion protocol.
But didn't he? It was a bye, so he's probably gonna play.
Yeah,
but it's a technicality.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Colts are taking the bye after this game. Falcons are not. But Colts are laying 6.5 points, -290 on the money line, +245 for the Falcons. 48.5 is the total. The good folks of Germany get another Daniel Jones game. That's very generous of the NFL. This is a difficult one to handicap because I understand why the Colts are laying the points, but did we just see the beginning of the end for Daniel Jones? The Falcons are sneaky good on defense. They both have a very good pass rush, a 6th in adjusted sack rate, and they're holding opponents to under 300 yards a game, 282, which is good for number 4 in the NFL. So this could be, I mean, we kept highlighting how the defensive matchups for Daniel Jones got difficult.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they don't ease up, and all of the teams they face have a pass rush. That really was the root of the issue, right? They took away the first read and they got to him. I guess I'm talking myself into taking Michael Penix on a long road trip across the pond.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we got 2 dome teams playing outdoors in Germany, And I think I could, if I was pressed, I could make a case, I think, for both teams. I think the case for the Indianapolis Colts is this Falcons defense is pretty good for the most part. They are good at clamping down on the passing game. And again, that's why I liked the Falcons last week against the Pats, so close to cashing that money line round robin. Is part of it was the Patriots don't bother running the ball. So and if the Falcons defense had a weakness, it would be stopping the run. They're 24th in rush defensive DVOA. So I think if you're the Colts, the formula is pretty simple. Hey, you're out here on this sloppy ass turf. You're going to get a heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor coming off not a great game. And this Atlanta Falcons team might struggle to get up for it. And on the other side, Colts defense, they're going to be able to pressure a not super mobile Michael Penix. No one wants an immobile Penix back there, and force him into some turnovers in a sloppy game. The counter though is if I'm making a case for the Falcons, is Daniel Jones struggled against a similar defense on a similar type of field service just 1 week ago with this Steelers thing. Now, certainly the Steelers have a nice home field. They don't have anyone like TJ Watt that's just going to go back there and rip the ball out of your hands. I think the Falcons got a little bit of confidence with some of the stuff they were able to do. Drake London. Now, if Sauce Gardner plays, is he able to lock down Drake London? Maybe that ends up being the game changer.
He just went against Stingley. He did all right. I mean,
Drake London to me is kind of unguardable, and Michael Penix, Michael Penix's ability is just, hey, fuck it, he's down there somewhere. I'm going to chuck it up.
That's the offense.
But also too, like if you were just power rating these two teams on a neutral, 6.5 feels crazy high. If this was on American soil.
You think it's a German? They're giving a couple points to the Colts for Germany.
Kramer, if you're power rating these two teams, in what world is Atlanta 6.5 points worse than the Colts on a neutral? It doesn't make sense to me. So I will take the Atlanta Falcons. I'm certainly worried about the Jonathan Taylor.
Laughing at the Matt Ryan usage. I mean, Colby hates lawn chairs. What's he doing?
Yeah, ultimate lawn chair.
It feels a little lazy on Colby's behalf. Yeah, I mean, like I said to start, I kind of do understand the spread.
Yeah, I get it, because Jonathan Taylor can run all over this defense, and it could be a 21-10 game pretty easily.
But yeah, I think,
but it's just too many points, and we've seen these games be sloppy and ugly and be decided by a field goal.
And we have now seen Daniel Jones on his new team, like just
got to get in his head a little bit,
staring at the thing that's not there and waiting for the sack to come, and then the sack comes.
Well, he already has like really big eyes, and then when he's like he gets the turnover mode, it seems like it even gets.
You
bigger.
saw it. It's very much that. And again, look at the schedule. They face nothing but teams with pass rushes. That's your point. Maybe they get up and they're able to just run the ball down the Falcons' throat. But I'm going to take the points.
Atlanta plus 6.5. Kramer also on the Falcons catching the 6.5. Ryan, while we move back to domestic soil, of course, shout out to mybookie.ag. Head over to MyBookie and sign up using that promo code SGPN, where you can score 100% bet back bonus up to $500. Terms and conditions do apply on the bonuses. As always, mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Just cashed a sweet 2 TD play over there with Colston Loveland last Sunday. Ryan, always looking to run it back over at mybookie.ag. Easy deposit, easy withdrawals using that sweet cryptocurrency, and available in a ton of locations. If you're thinking, oh man, want to get some action, I can't. I need to use this shady guy. I need to do this or that. No, head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. You'd be surprised how many locations MyBookie is serving and could be serving you wherever you are at. mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Kramer, I know as an Italian, you love a good vig, you love a good kickback, but Novig, it's getting rid of that. Getting rid of those wise guys making all the money off the middleman there. Novig, easy to use. It's one of these prediction markets. So it's again, you're getting the best price and very simple, easy to use, available in a ton of states. And when you use our promo code SGPN, spend $5, get $50 in bonus funds. Seriously, if you're in one of these states where Novig's operating, fire it up, give it a shot. I think you'll like it. I've really 100% enjoyed this experience using the Novig app, and of course, use that promo code SGPN. They got live in-game wagering, they got props, they got it all over on the Novig app. And use that promo code SGPN so they know we sent you. Novig promo code SGPN.
And also, with us finishing up the Germany game, worth noting, if your favorite gambling tout tells you this game is being played in Indy, now you know.
It's really embarrassing. As someone who consumes a bunch of gambling content, it's unfortunate, Ryan, that some people don't know that the game was taking. They were handicapping it as if Indy was at home, and how do you not know?
We've seen on multiple networks,
yes,
multiple hosts, multiple guests. It's only Wednesday, Sean. People think this game is being played in Indy.
It's insane.
Anyway, we'll move along. We didn't. It's Germany, and by the way, it's going to be beautiful weather over there. I don't understand. I don't think we need to play in all these countries.
I mean, to me, the more annoying aspect is the standalone time at 6:30 a.m. on the West Coast. Play it at the normal time.
Yeah, it's our sport. Like play, just do the math. Oh, you guys get a night game. Beautiful. That would be cool. I mean, I would probably be cooler for them as well. I would imagine they would love a night game. Give them more time to get drunk and decide which jersey to wear. All right, so we got 7 games in the early window, Sean. Perfect for God's eye. One on the red zone, 7 on the games. Although unfortunately, I will not be on. I'll be not locked in with a God's eye this weekend. It will be sad. I'll have a remote God's eye.
What are you doing?
It's a tremendous tragedy. Youth sports, soccer in San Diego.
Soccer apocalypse.
Something like that, because the traffic is going to be horrendous coming back on a Sunday.
Yeah, and I'm going to be traveling. I'm flying out to Green Bay for the Lambeau Eagles Monday night game. I've already talked to a couple listeners who are going to be out there for the game. Hit me up, Eagles fans, Packers fans. Say what's up. It's going to be super fun. So I'll be traveling during some of the early games.
You seen the weather?
There's a chance of snow. Yeah,
it's cold.
Yeah, it's Lambeau ride. It's not the. I know you've become warm blooded, but it is the frozen tundra for a reason.
Oh, I'm sure. I just saying it's getting cold on the game that you're going to. This will be the first frozen game at Lambeau of the season.
I'm excited. Can't wait.
Yeah, no, I'm just letting you know. I'm not suggesting you wouldn't be excited for it, but it will be. I mean, you have lived in Southern California for a while. It will be cold. First game up, both teams coming off the bye, the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. Jets do have a Thursday night game on deck against the Patriots, Sean. Meanwhile, in a what I could only call is some sort of miracle, the Browns are a public side this week. This number opened Jets -1.5, -2, and now the Cleveland Browns are laying 2.5. Totals 38, -133 for the Browns. Jets +113 at home. Okay, so the line moved because they traded Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner, and I don't quite understand it because this defense sucked.
Yes.
I don't know if a defense that sucked can cause a 4.5 move. No, that's not correct.
No.
It's the Browns on the road. We know we're not going to get Shador because his back hurts. Are you up to speed with his back injury?
I know he's been dealing with a back injury.
But how deep have you gone with Shador's back injury? This will cause people to reach out to me with angry comments. But per sources, I can't remember if this was X or Reddit. Probably Reddit. I was very deep into Reddit today. It does seem like the Browns might be mad at Shador because he may have gotten hurt on his off day training with his private quarterbacks coach. Poor guy.
Classic. Can't catch a break. This is interesting.
Also, Stefanski throwing the Hail Mary, aka giving up play calling duties to Tommy Reese. Remember last year we made fun of him because he gave it up to Ken Dorsey, who famously broke the surface when he was coaching for the Bills, acting like a true private school pussy. I mean, he was the he was a lawn chair on one of the greatest Miami teams of all time. He just had to get the ball out. I don't know what that means. I didn't necessarily think it was the play calling that was the problem. This feels like a weird. The whole Brown situation feels weird. Like I don't think Stefanski had any say in Joe Flacco getting traded, and now he's given up.
I mean, come on, he's not an idiot. Why would you want Joe Flacco traded?
That's what I mean. And now he
has eyes.
But now he's giving up his play calling duties. Like he's just saying yes to whatever the owner wants.
He's a coach.
Or whoever,
he's a coach.
GM. And well, he's had a job for a while, so it's working. I guess.
Watch your team get fucked right in front of you. Yeah, this is weird because you can come up with so many good angles on why you should not be betting on either of these teams. You don't want to bet on the Browns on the road. You don't want to bet on the Browns as a road favorite. Dylan Gabriel as a road favorite. Are you kidding me? I want no part of that.
That is crazy. I mean, as bad as Justin Fields has played at times, and I know this is a very difficult defense, but we have the one thing that Justin Fields has done okay from time to time is chuck the ball down the field, and that the Browns will allow you to do that a little bit. He has to avoid the pass rush.
Browns defense isn't as good on the road as it is at home, but Stefanski's not good off the bye. I mean, the Jets, who knows?
Well, I think there's the other element of like when you trade away these superstars and everyone's talking about how the Jets are building for the future. There is a locker room of grown men. Yeah. Aaron Glenn, if he's anything, he's a rah guy. He's going to be able to lean into this. This seems almost too obvious. I was going to say this at the top, but you always get mad when I try to label the weeks, but this feels like a week of obvious spots because teams are getting like extra points for no reason. And in this case, in this version, in the simulation we're currently existing in, the Browns should never be favored on the road. Period. Give me the Jets.
Yeah.
Period.
Do we know Quinshon Judkins is good to go? Right? Because the case for the Browns is pretty simple. This Jets rush defense is horrible. And you get Quinshon Judkins, they're just going to hand it off to him 25 times, and he's going to run all over the Jets defense. That's the case for the Browns.
Or Quinnen Williams wasn't playing hard on run defense because he was sad they got rid of Aaron Rodgers. That was a fun element of the story we learned. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, Quinnen Williams apparently Quinnen Williams was despondent after they got rid of Aaron Rodgers and basically was like that. I mean, that perhaps there was an effort thing. Who knows? Again, I think when you have grown men getting a chance,
Jets have allowed 5.2 yards per carries to running backs without Quinnen Williams on the field. So if you have that angle, couldn't they just pound the rock with Judkins? That to me, like that is the only thing that I'm feel good about going in this game is Quinshon Judkins being able to run against this Jets team. That being said, I can't take Dylan Gabriel as a road favorite. So give me the Jets. Jets, Jets as the home dog here.
Jets are pretty healthy, you know.
Yeah, give me the Jets plus 2.5. Kramer, you're on the Jets as well.
I am on the Jets as well. Do you have any idea about Garrett Wilson?
I think he's going to play, right?
I don't know. I mean, I've been fooled before, but he was. I have seen videos of him on the practice field.
Yeah, I think he would play, but again, this is going to be an ugly game.
This is another. I think we may get another Aaron Glenn legacy type game here. Rally the troops.
No,
you know?
Ryan, don't get your hopes up because Browns do have Myles Garrett.
I just
Myles Garrett against Justin Fields is a huge advantage for the Browns.
Here's my thought. I think we're gonna.
The more we talk about this game, the less I like the Jets.
I think we're going to see a very good effort from the Jets defense. And that's because Aaron Glenn gets them hyped up. Game number 2 in the early window, the New Orleans Saints on a back-to-back road spot here and with a bye on deck, Sean. They head to Carolina to take on the Panthers, where the Panthers are laying 5.5, minus 245 on the money line. Saints plus 210. 40 is the total. I mean, some of the artwork on the slides, I almost feel like we need to post them somewhere. Like you need more than 5
Same
to
for
10
the
minutes
SGPN museum
to stare at them. I have been storing Colby's slides with the episode archive. So when someone does dig up the hard drive and find this in the future, they will have the art to go with it.
Just imagine future generations, and they just bullshitted talking about NFL spreads for hours upon end.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a solved
awesome
game in the future. They won't need to.
Oh, come on, Ryan. Get your AI bullshit out of here.
It's all going to be drones playing perfect football all the time. No injuries. So we've already kind of.
I mean, this looks like Jim Moore is in heaven, Ryan.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm looking at
this is for his eulogy.
Some like if I get closer, there's going to be another message deep inside there. I think this is I think we discussed this briefly on the podcast earlier in the week, but this is certainly a survivor team this week.
Well, and with our entry with our buddy Daps, we don't have some of the other teams you might be considering in Survivor here, Ryan. So yeah, I think we might end up having to be on the Panthers here in Survivor. Now, I see Maddie J in the chat. Love you, Maddie J. The Panthers are laying what? That is a scary place to start. Panthers laying 5.5, but the Panthers are at home. They are a much better team at home. Do I love taking them after a big win on the road? No, not at all. But then on the other side, Tyler Shuck looked pretty bad. And Ryan, we talked about, and Saints have done well against the Panthers historically. If you want to flow chart it, 13-6 last 19, but Tyler Shuck making his second start on the road against the Panthers defense, which is playing pretty well, getting some confidence going, able to stop the run. New Orleans Saints trading Rashid Shaheed, which it's very comical. Like I think they got what they got in return for the Rashid Shaheed trade is similar to what they gave up for Devon Vele. Now they're talking about Vele is going to have a healthy role. Vele's only
had media availability and went out of his way to talk about Vele.
No, so I mean there might be like a sneaky Vele ladder going here. But I think the Saints are going to struggle on the road here. They're 30th in EPA per play offensively, and you're going up against a decent Panthers defense. The Panthers defense has been good, with the exception really as of late against the Bills. Panthers 3-1 ATS at home. Their only loss was the Bills. Saints 1-3 ATS on the road. Their only win was coincidentally against the Bills as far as the spread there. The nugget that I found was pretty interesting. Coming off that Rams game, and this is a back-to-back road spot for the Saints, whatever that's worth. But
it's
Kramer
been real hit or miss, so I don't know.
Yeah,
inconclusive.
But I would say the interesting aspect of the back-to-back road spot is what do you think the Saints had in time of possession in that Rams game?
I know that it was one of the smallest amount of possession that any teams had over the past. Like I don't know, was it deep? Was it Aaron Schatz talking? Maybe it was DVOA, so maybe dating back to like 84.
Saints had 16 minutes time of possession. So the LA Rams controlled the ball for 44 minutes. This Saints defense got their ass kicked. Now you got to go back home. You were on the West Coast. Now you got to go back home. They're trading away your players. Now you go on the East Coast dealing with that heat and humidity in Carolina. And Rico Dowdle, I mean, this is, did you fall down this wormhole, Ryan? I think I talked to you about it, but Rico Dowdle, he did the Key and Peele hip thrusting, and he goes, I only did 2, and they still gave him the flag.
Did he get fined?
Yeah, and he got fined. He said he's going to start a Kickstarter, LOL. But he really thought that he quoted Key and Peele where he goes, "They let you do 2 pumps." He goes, "The refs talk to us about." I guess I don't know Rico Dowdle enough to know if he's fucking around or if he actually confused the Key and Peele sketch with the actual NFL guidelines.
Could have been,
but he did the hip thrust twice. It was a hilarious touchdown.
Young people don't verify data, so if it came from anywhere, it gets printed in the brain, and there it is. And
again, the scary part is the Panthers as a favorite. They're 5.5-point home favorites. They are 0-10 straight up in ATS since September 23, 2021. So they haven't, let alone cover last 10. They haven't even won. I think they're due for a cover. It feels gross to take them as a favorite, but this
spread kind of tells you what's going on here. Right? This will be a public side, you think? It didn't pop on like I right now.
What do the betting splits say, Ryan?
70s, low 70s. So maybe like actually no, I take that back. It was like 65 on the tickets and maybe 72 on the handle, something like that. Okay. So it's certainly more people are on the Panthers, which that's another potential concerning element.
Kramer, we got a Barden in the chat saying, "Does Kramer drive a blue Honda?" Was cruising on Sunset and Silver Lake the other day when a blue Honda sedan was terrorizing the streets, going at least 55. And I could have swore I saw Crame Dog in it.
A blue Honda.
Crame.
No.
Although he did own for a long time a Honda
Element. Black.
Yeah.
That
was the
that
Vegas
car
mobile.
Still exists. It's it lives in Florida now. No, a black and a truck. So close but no cigar. I love Kramer? The idea of terrorizing.
Yeah, it's hard to get going really fast on Sunset there, but I guess if you're bobbing and weaving. So Kramer, you're on the Panthers as well, huh?
100% on the Panthers. Couple nuggets and maybe something I'll refloat in the prop show, but it does. Kamara is banged up.
Yeah,
legit banged up.
So what are they going to do? Our boy Neil.
I think Neil, he's 7-1 on the anytime right now.
But that's the problem is the Saints don't score touchdowns, right?
That's fine.
We fell for this with Taysom Hill 4-1.
No.
What's his price?
I've also fallen for Devin Neal 15-1 anytime. Let's see. You want a little Taysom Hill's plus 390. So similar price to last week. The other thing to point out here is, well, one, hopefully Rico Dowdle plays. They're saying he's going to be fine. He did not practice on Wednesday.
Yeah, but Canales went out of his way to say he's playing. We're playing it safe here. So I like that they're managing.
He's been pretty honest, so I think you can believe him. They're relatively healthy outside of that. One of their guards did miss practice. That's pretty much it. But on the Saints side, Sean, you didn't even mention the part to me that makes me feel more comfortable. They traded the guy who played guard last week to the Cowboys for a 6th round pick.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Trevor
Fuaga is DMP. He rolled up his ankle. It seems like he could legitimately miss the game. And I want to say, feel like I had a note on one of the other linemen, but they lost the other guard 2 weeks ago. And so they're down to some replacement level guys on the offensive line. We've seen the defensive line, especially against the run, be stout. So this is going to be a Tyler Shuck game. And they got rid of Rashid Shaheed, which
he was good.
What did he do for their offense? He stretched the field, and so this is going to be a very interesting game. Hopefully, it's a snooze fest, and hopefully, we just this is going to be our survivor pick. Final answer.
Yeah,
it has to be, right?
I don't. Nothing else is jumping out that we have available.
All right, next up. I think we have to do it. We can't overthink it. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills, another team I project to be a very public side this week, heading down to South Beach to take on the Dolphins, who are coming off Thursday Night Football, a little extended rest.
Yeah, and currently,
and Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback,
He is the quarterback.
Now it's just Ryan. Ryan just when I play the clip, Ryan mad dogs me, and you could just hear the seconds going off in his brain of I want to jump in, but he's got like a steel cage brain thing going on. He locks the fuck in. It's great to watch.
Impossible for me to find it with all the gray market streaming DMs, but I have received a couple DMs in support of talking over the sound drop. They said
it's a fun ongoing bit either way.
So the Dolphins are at home, like I said, off Thursday Night Football. They have fired the GM, and maybe there's the ownership has confidence in the head coach. This is like a shocking turn from the favorite to be the first coach fired. Maybe he won't even lose his job after the season, which would be crazy. And Sean, quick note: they have a trip to Spain coming up on deck as they play the Commanders over there.
And the international look ahead hasn't mattered as much as I would think. At least ATS.
I'm not factoring it for anything. I'm just letting people know because it's always,
you don't want to be caught as one of those casuals.
You want to know that when you're looking at the schedule, this is not a road game or a home. Again, don't be like I'm not going to use any names. I don't want to plug anything. Plus 9.5 for Miami at home. Plus 385 on the money line. Bills minus 485. 50 is the total. All right, this one has me in a bit of a pickle or a blender because this idea that Mike McDaniel is now not on a hot seat. Do you believe any of that? Any of those rumblings that the fact that the GM was fired without firing McDaniel?
I mean, it's certainly a good sign.
Suggests
for him.
that there may be a path for McDaniel to stick around.
Stephen A. Smith, they fired the brother and they lead Mike McDaniel's out there. That's whatever his rant was.
Isn't Mike McDaniel part Mike brother?
McDaniel? I don't know his. I don't see color, Ryan, but.
Well, I mean, you brought it up.
I was quoting Stephen A. Smith.
Well, yeah, man.
Pointing out that they fired, and I don't even know their GM that well, honestly.
Yeah, he kind of was laying low. I mean, and he's got an overbearing owner in a way.
And according to them, it was a mutual parting of the ways, which is hilarious. No GM is walking away from a job, and I don't know if the roster construction was really the issue. To me, it's Tua is the issue. Tua is not a guy that's going to win you playoff games.
Who signed Tua? This GM.
But again, it's you're in that position of, are you going to do better than Tua? What are you going to play? Zach Wilson, Quinn Ewers? So I don't know who to blame here. McDaniel's play calling does feel a bit stale, and you saw it in that Thursday night game. Like the scripted stuff, they were moving the ball, but then after that, it was bad. Tua looks really, really bad.
No, I have no idea. I've not spent any. By the way, McDaniel identifies as biracial.
Okay,
aka his mom is white, his dad is black.
Well, we got to tell this to Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, I know. That's actually a great point.
But
but the play calling, advanced metrics, whatever you take from that. Because again, I have you looked into those? I have no idea. It could just be a guy saying, "I like this, I don't like that." Those still don't. They like him. They still think he's making good play calls, or whatever part of the game the coach and the play calling has.
Sure,
and it's all just Tua sucks.
Yes,
which feels believable to me.
Yeah, you want to throw Tua under the bus? Fine. And they hung around with the Bills a little bit in Buffalo, but that was when they had Tyreek Hill. That was that Darren Waller breakout game. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kramer. That was the one where you cashed.
Feels so long ago when Darren Waller was talking shit. Look at me, I'm back.
He had that little comeback, the 2 TD game.
Get me on the IR.
The Bills own the Dolphins. They've beaten the Dolphins in 7 straight matchups, 14-1 straight up. 16-2 straight up in their last 18. You got to go back to 2017. Now there was that one weird game in Miami where it was hot as shit and everyone on the Bills was cramping up, etc. But it's not going to be hot as shit.
Did you look at the weather?
Yes.
The source that I had, my weather source,
nice and mild. 83.
Okay, I had 85 with 80% humidity.
Yeah, that's. I just struggle to find a reason to take the Dolphins here. It's chalky as hell, but yeah, I'm going to be on the Bills here. They're just now James Cook's a little banged up. Maybe that makes a difference, but I even like looked into, hey, what do the Bills do off a win against Kansas City? Is this a letdown spot off the win off Kansas City? I couldn't find anything that suggested it. Though, like the last 3 years, 2 of the years they went into the bye. Another year they destroyed someone coming off the Chiefs game. So, and it's not a look ahead spot. They got Tampa Bay up next. I think the Bills smash them. So yeah, give me the Bills laying the 9.5. Kramer, what are you doing? Are you going to get cute and take Miami?
I think I'm
as someone who was on Miami last week, it was not a fun play.
I think I'm going to get cute.
Okay.
Take Miami. I think we're going to see one of these Achan 200-yard, 3 touchdown
All right.
games.
Wow.
I think we're going to see. I certainly, which unrelated but Bills related. They randomly were talking about Gabe Davis this week. Maybe they bring him up off the practice squad for something different. But yeah, I think whatever happened behind the scenes that caused the GM to get fired and not Mike McDaniel, we're going to see maximum best effort from this offense and this play calling.
I don't think the effort's the issue, though.
And 9.5 points is a lot.
I thought the same thing last Thursday in a similar spot where their effort was there. They're just bad. They figure out ways to lose games.
Well, that was with the gray cloud looming. Now the actions happened.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. I think whatever happened was like it. It didn't happen to McDaniel, meaning there is some additional. We're getting the best of McDaniel now. His lack of confidence, that slouch he's had on the sideline, almost having his capri pants touch the ground because he's so hunched over.
Capri pants.
Give me the Dolphins catching the points.
I will go with the Bills.
It's too many points for that Bills defense. We saw actually. I didn't say the main point I have. The Bills put out a perfect defensive effort against Patrick Mahomes, and how often have we seen that happen? It was not Josh Allen in the offense that won the game.
Josh Allen
he had some nice plays.
He 3 incompletions.
But the reason they beat the Chiefs is the defense played lights out against Patrick Mahomes.
Sure, but he also played a really good game
and made Mahomes look like a bitch. And we've seen teams that do this well and have that game plan.
I just told you they don't let down after KC.
I'm not saying they're letting down. I'm saying that we saw
Bills. Don't overthink it.
We tricked. Some people got tricked in terms of the defense that the Bills are capable of. My God, it is gross.
I'm with the astronaut. After last week, I told myself I'm never putting U.S. currency on the Miami.
That's why it's Dolphins time to take them.
No. I mean, they're a great example, right? They were almost a close your eyes special, but they weren't. And those are teams you should be tracking near close your eyes specials because those are the teams you want to fade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now I'm focusing on the interstellar objects flying near the Earth.
Okay.
Not near close your eyes special. Which shout out to everyone who sent me pictures of church with how well the close your eyes special is doing. I did actually quick aside before we get to the next game. I did actually tally up. So the close your eyes special last 5 years, Sean, the most we've had in 1 year were 16 opportunities. And the best season we've had was in 2022 when there were only 10. We went 7-3. We're 8-3 this season already.
Let's go.
And again,
glad I tailed all 3 last
typically
week.
16. Like we've never had more than 16 opportunities over the last 5 years. I mean, this could be a year of years. Moving along to the next game. My Jacksonville Jaguars are on the road.
Duval.
Look at this beautiful picture of Trevor Lawrence, youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. Trevor. I mean, yeah, we really do need the Bill O'Brien Trevor drop.
Trevor. What's up, Trevor?
What's up, Trevor? Anytime we talk about the
What's
Jags.
up, Trevor?
Jags on a back-to-back road spot here in division down in Houston against the Texans, but it won't be CJ Stroud. It's going to be Davis Mills. He's already been ruled out. I read if I was a Texans fan, a somewhat concerning, this might be a multiple game missed concussion for CJ
I mean, it
Stroud.
looked pretty rough live.
the thing I read makes me believe that there's a pretty strong chance he's missing 2 games. And so this is game 1. He's already out. Davis Mills is going to be the guy. The number moved a little bit on that news. But the look ahead was Houston -3. The open was Houston -1.5. It's now Jags -1, -115 on the money line. Houston -105. 37.5 is the total. Sean, where are you at? I feel like I'm going to let you go first here because you.
I can at least look at this game objectively.
Yeah, well,
it's funny because
of course I'm going to look at all games objectively.
The Houston
Sean.
Texans used to be your other AFC Gumad back in the day. If
I've moved on,
old school listeners will remember Ryan just getting rock hard for
Andre Johnson is one of my favorite.
Matt Schaub,
not so much Matt Schaub. He just happened to be the quarterback, but I will say Andre Johnson. If I was building a team from scratch, Andre Johnson would be one of my receivers.
Ryan, you were correct in correcting me. I mentioned 60 plays. And I had it the wrong side. That was 60 plays. The Raiders offense was out there. So the Jags defense was out there for 60 plays,
which is a little bit more normal.
Yeah. Not as crazy as 80, but still on the high end because they played the overtime.
And what's crazy is they had 26 minutes of possession. The Raiders did in that game. You think about the time of possession nugget we threw out earlier with the Saints.
Man, this game is tough because I thought it was going to be simple. Hey, I'm not going to take Davis Mills as a favorite, but now Davis Mills is a scrappy little dog. I don't know if I can take Trevor Lawrence as a road division favorite. Davis Mills, aka Daddy Long Neck, has an incredibly long neck. So feel free to look that up.
I made some jokes about how last week in the moment it was I was betting against CJ Stroud. Davis Mills comes in. That's an upgrade. Now I would say upon further review, I made my youngest daughter rewatch the Texans Broncos game.
Oh, that's cruel.
I don't think she was really paying attention, but my takeaway, Sean, Davis Mills was much worse than I thought.
Yes, he's not good.
He was really bad. They have Nico Collins, yes, but other than that, it does seem like we have whatever has gone on with that offensive staff, the firings, the offensive line changes, things have not gotten better. It feels a little chaotic. And I think if you're any functional team, and I think the Jags are well coached, fine Italian American.
I don't know if they're well coached. No. I'm not giving them the well coached moniker.
Would you say that to Anthony Campanelli? Italian American defensive coordinator of the Jags.
They've done a good job generating turnovers, but
my point is
I saw a lot of Liam Goen did not do a great job managing that game.
My point is you take away Nico Collins in this game is kaput. Davis Mills is not very good. As much as I'm a CJ Stroud hater, I definitely think he's worth a little bit more to the number.
Ryan, we've buried the lead.
What's that?
No, I mean there's the biggest impact to this game is not going to be out on the field. The apostrophe gang, aka Kaimi Fairbairn, expected to miss week 10. So this Texans team that keeps settling for field goals again, Farbarn 5 of 6.
You think it will matter?
There's never been a time where I thought about moving a line because of a kicker, but I think this could. I'm making an exception here. This Texans offense, horrific in the red zone. And that's part of the Fairbairn success. 22 total trips inside the red zone for Houston. They only have 8 touchdowns to show for it. Now you're getting rid of CJ Stroud, Davis Mills, Nick Chubb's a little banged up. Maybe they get something going here with Woody Marks. I mean, I really don't think this Jags team is very good. And now Jags Hunter Long's banged up, but really Brian Thomas Jr. DNP today on a Wednesday. That's not very good, Ryan.
Sounds like Jacoby Myers is going to be out there.
Okay,
well, Brian Thomas, I don't think Brian Thomas is going to play.
Yeah. So
but, I mean, maybe he needs a couple weeks off.
Okay, then how are the Jags going to move the ball? I don't.
Parker Washington.
Okay, so against this Houston Texans defense, which is awesome,
run the ball.
Okay,
and
this Texans defense keeps teams under 20 points every time. So this one is again rock and hard place. This is to me is like the Browns Jets games where I just do not want to be on either side.
Is this a no touchdown bet?
Oh yeah, 100%. We were close to hitting that on the Broncos. We didn't actually bet it, but I did say Fairbairn legacy game incoming.
I mean, all right. So I would say that I think this is going to be a real gross game. It kind of feels a little bit like the game last week. The Broncos offense did not play particularly well.
Yeah, exactly.
But they played,
but
well
no Fairbairn.
And to your point, yeah, who knows what this? Do we know anything about this backup kicker? He's certainly in a pressure cooker. Because I mean, he's going to get.
You're stepping in for Fairbairn.
I mean, I didn't have that deep. That was the third bullet on my list, but the first bullet, which I need to get to now. So this is what D'Amico Ryan said about. So I was actually listening to D'Amico Ryan's because he is a very animated speaker, and you can pretty much tell if he's full of shit or not based on his tone. He got to a completely benign question about Mills, and he's talking about how smart he is, and he says, "quote He fixes things very quickly in the huddle, and he articulates so well." What? Why would you say that about your core? That's all you have to say about your quarterback? He's articulate. They're getting destroyed this week, and he knows it. Is he on the hot seat?
No.
Any chance D'Amico Ryans gets?
No.
He already got to turnover, and I mean,
I think he's got another year regardless.
The offense, that offensive line situation's bad.
I'll take the Jags, even though this game is gross. Kramer, I assume you're on the Jags. You don't even have to.
100%.
Why even bother handicapping?
This is one of. I don't want to tease to the later in the show. I mean, I know the Jags a little bit screwed us last week, not covering the number.
Screwed you.
You were on them as well.
Yeah, I was not.
It was the only.
I was not loading up cash on the Jags.
It was the only paper ticket I got wrong. Out there in the beautiful Circa, Las Vegas. Game number 5 in the early window. The Ravens coming off Thursday night, that game against the Dolphins we just talked about, in a back-to-back road spot where, Sean, they're actually in the middle of a 3-game road spot. So note that down. They are at Cleveland next week, Sean. We are playing the Browns next week. Just put in the calendar right now. Vikings, meanwhile, JJ looked. I mean, people that are saying JJ looked okay, looked great, are out of their mind. That's one upon further review. JJ did enough. His
footwork was still an issue.
He won the game. He won
and Justin Jefferson bailed him out of a couple
Justin
bad
Jefferson
throws.
was very good. So now they are at home catching 4 points, plus 175 on the money line. Ravens minus 200, 49.5 is the total. They're catching those 4 points against the Ravens team that seems to have all the components to the defense back. The offense, oh, by the way, they looked all right too. And I know it's probably not like fully a letdown spot, but what the Vikings did last week, we called it a big emotional spot because, or at least I did, because JJ McCarthy, the locker room likes him. They wanted, this was the return. This is the whole, like, he wasn't benched, he's our guy game. And they did it against the Lions. They beat the mighty Lions. And now they are at home against the Ravens. And I'm going to call this a letdown spot. I think that 100% this is a letdown spot. Brian Flores has not done well against mobile quarterbacks. Lamar has dominated the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is if you won a big game as a huge underdog, and then you're still an underdog. I think that's kind of a sign to take the road favorite here with the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm not trying to be super critical of JJ McCarthy. He's a young rookie quarterback. He's figuring it out, but clearly, like, stuff that was ankle injury that he was dealing with, some of that was still there. Now, on the plus side, the dude is a bit of a gamer, and I don't think he's going to go out easily. But this Ravens defense is really woken up. They're coming off the extra rest. They had 10 days to prepare for JJ McCarthy. I think the Vikings are going to have issues dealing with Derrick Henry. I think this could be a nice Derrick Henry spot for him. And also too, like if Flores is going to blitz a ton, I think that's fine for Lamar. Lamar is due for like a nice get right, get loose running game here. Now, the Vikings haven't played a bunch of mobile quarterbacks yet, but I think this could be a Lamar game. So,
well, you can't, like, that's the book on Lamar. You don't blitz him.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Or
but
if
that's
you
the
do
only
blitz
thing they
him,
really
you got to get to him, or it's going to be a problem.
I mean, the Vikings do well defensively against statue quarterbacks, and that's not Lamar. So I think this is actually a tough spot for the Vikings.
You're laying it too, huh?
Yeah. And I realize I've at times been a hater of the Ravens, and they're playing pretty well here now that they got everyone healthy. So give me the Ravens laying the 4. Kramer also on the Ravens laying the 4.
One more note, and this is also Josh Oliver did not practice for the Vikings. That kind of matters. Aaron Jones going to be out. They're potentially Will Fry's still dealing with the calf. Yeah. Laying the points, and I'm gonna go against JJ McCarthy for a bit. I think we're gonna have some opportunities.
Yeah, no, he's gonna turn it over here.
Yeah. I also just, Aaron Jones looked pretty good. Jordan, him not being out there, I think is gonna be impactful in this game. Patriots. Bucks. I've heard some people call this the Tom Brady Bowl. Tom Brady wishes he could clone himself and get back.
Is he doing the game?
Playing football? Oh my goodness! Please no.
He has to.
They have to, right?
Yeah.
This is, if he's ever going to be interesting, this will be it. This will be the game. He has an anecdote or a story. Game 6 in the early window. Pat's looking ahead to the Jets on Thursday night. Meanwhile, Bucks coming off their bye week. Bucks laying 2.5 -145 on the money line. Pats +125, 47.5 is the total. Certainly looked vulnerable last week against the Falcons. Boy, were we close to hitting a ridiculous money line round robin. But I thought my takeaways, at least for the Patriots, there is okay. This is a good team, but you can see how their demise is going to be met. It's Drake May holding the ball a little bit too long and not being able to deal with pressure because that offensive line is still gettable. And we saw it last week against the Falcons. That's why they had the turnovers. That's why the Falcons had an opportunity to win
Kramer,
that game.
do you know the number 1 team as far as sacks taken? Pretty obvious if you think about it, I guess a little bit. Titans. No shocker there. Number 2. New England Patriots.
Is it the Patriots?
Yeah, and I think it's been like 16 sacks allowed last 3 games.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
I'd imagine we'd find out that a lot of them are probably Drake May sacks.
Well,
or is the offensive line getting worked?
Will Campbell. I mean, Myles Garrett did a 5-in-1 game where they won and covered. So it's kind of
I take that back. They're 29th in adjusted sack rate on the offensive line, so that is not good.
Yeah, and Booty.
And they're going against Todd Bowles.
Booty is questionable, which he's actually been a big part of the offense. Now, this
you don't like a questionable Booty.
No, you got to stay away from the questionable Booty. That's how you end up with the pink eye that like Tua had. You get to be in the questionable.
That's right. Yeah, he got deep in the questionable
booty. Pats have been good defensively stopping the run, but I think this Bucks team's going to be able to throw on them. Of course, we got Baker Mayfield and our boy
Mika and Big Boo,
who I think is a real shot there to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, Godwin and Bucky Irving are practicing. I don't think Godwin plays. Maybe chance Bucky Irving plays, but I would guess actually not going to play. And I don't think it's going to really matter that much because the Pats really don't let you run the ball in them. They continued their streak of not allowing a running back to hit 50 yards with Bijan. He got to 46, but I think you can throw on this Pats team. And as you saw Drake London go off, I think you see a Big Boo having a nice game here. Now, what's concerning is Vrabel is a dog. He's been awesome. 33, 25 and 2 ATS historically. And this Pats team's pretty good and they're catching points. To me, it's that simple. There's going to be some Pats fans there, but going back to Todd Bowles, what kind of quarterbacks does Todd Bowles do the best against? Young quarterbacks and mobile quarterbacks. That's usually the sweet spot. Now, Bo Nix did go down to Tampa and get a win there last year. That was a bit of like a sleepy spot.
Kind of the outlier.
I think they're going to get up for this game. Now, even Jalen Hurts, who I have as the number one quarterback in the NFL, has had his issues playing this Tampa Bay defense, especially in Tampa. So I think they're going to have a good game plan for Drake May, and the Pats have won 6 in a row. If they let this game go in non-conference, they're not going to be that worried about it. I don't think this is like a get up spot. Meanwhile, the Bucs have had 2 weeks to prepare coming off the bye. The more I talk about it, the more I think about it. I do like the Bucs here. Give me the Bucs laying the 2.5.
They also opened the window for Gedeke, the right tackle, the original starting right tackle.
Oh, really?
And it sounds like he is going to play. So they could, I mean, this is going to be the first game Baker will have his original starting right and left tackle. They're also getting Luke Haggard back, another guard. So I mean, the offensive line has gotten healthy. I'm a little bit. I would say I'm not expecting Bucky or Chris Godwin.
Definitely not Chris Godwin for me. Maybe small chance Bucky, but probably not.
And to your point, you know, we had been talking about a lot how Daniel Jones is the first read merchant. Drake May had kind of been in that same space. And I think same with what we saw the Falcons do. You just got to make them pause for a second. And if you get them to pause,
and Falcons did a good job turning them over. So
yeah, this is one where you're betting on Bulls. One quick interesting note: look at a lot of injury reports.
Yes,
I've never seen someone listed with an injury of game day concussion protocol. So do you know about this Christian Gonzalez nonsense?
No.
So as we know in the past, he has disagreed. Well, at least allegedly, he has disagreed with the team in terms of timeline to return.
Yeah, with the hamstring,
things
that was
lingered.
Weird.
It was weird. He's since back. He's playing well.
Although last week, not a good game for him.
Well, Drake London is a big physical receiver, like you said, going to give a lot of people problems. Well, he got concussed in the or he didn't get concussed, but he went through the protocol during the game. He returned in the game. So he returned in the game, Sean. He's now listed on the injury report. Injury, game day concussion protocol. Now, full practice, he was out there, but is this some weird thing where he might miss the game with symptoms later in the week? Why are they doing this? This is very strange. I've never seen someone who passed the concussion someone who left the game, got checked out, came back in the game, showed up on the injury report with game day concussion protocol as the injury. I've never seen that before, Sean.
No, it's very odd.
It feels like the team's sending a message or something. Remember when they put the Kyler has to study clause in the contract and then everyone made fun of him? Yeah. I feel like we're dealing with that right now. They're putting him, they're shaming him. They're like, you little bitch.
Shame.
You better play this
Get
week.
the cowbell. Shame. Shame.
Yeah. All right. We're both on the Bucs.
Of course.
I don't think there was ever going to be a version where we weren't on the Bucs. Also, I went back and looked.
Baker's so fun to bet on.
I have I have some non-CLV on a Bucs game of the year ticket.
Oh, really?
Bucs -4. No big deal.
I guess it could be worse.
Could be worse. It's not a great
considering
move.
how much the Pats have exceeded expectations. You're kind of lucky it's not bigger.
Next up, last game in the early window: Giants, Bears.
All-time great dick graphic by Colby.
Just big middle finger and grabbing his sausage. Giants on the road here in Chicago. This will we didn't even mention it, by the way, for the Bucs game, but it will be humid down there. Same type of weather, 80s with 80% humidity. Anyway, Giants Bears will have different types of weather, Sean.
Oh.
Much like the game you'll be attending, it's going to be cold. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be windy, gusts up to 30, and wintry mix, which is worse than snow. It's going to be wet.
Wintry
mix. Cold. There's going to be snow, maybe. Or maybe nothing. We'll know. Who knows? It's a long way out and weather changes. Bears laying 4.5 in this scenario. Interesting to see the look ahead was 3. So this is I think a big upgrade on the Bears
or downgrade on the Giants.
I guess I wouldn't know what you'd be downgrading the Giants based on. I think you're probably more likely upgrading the Bears based on that last week's performance. Minus 215 on the money line. Giants plus 185. 47 is the total. It's a cold weather game. So my instincts were, well, Caleb Williams seems soft. Let me see how he's done in cold weather games. Hasn't played in a ton.
Okay.
Small sample size. Although the ones he has, the one he did play in last year, he played well or played well enough. Jackson Dart, he's from Utah. Spoke about played
at Ole Miss, very warm weather.
Played at USC and Ole Miss, but grew up in Utah. Talked about playing football games in the snow.
Is he playing D line? Is he going to be
not worried
defending
about
the run?
That would be a concern here, as the Giants have. They are giving up a couple yards on the ground.
Giants 5.8 yards per carry on the ground allowed. Giants rush defense in EPA dead last in the league. Bears second in yards before contact, 2.1 on running back carries compared to last year. They were 19th. And this is why this Bears team is winning some games. Very fortunate, obviously, last week. I guess you could see both sides were fortunate. Like they were blowing the Bengals out, and then you can make a case the Bengals were fortunate to get that onside kick and everything else to get that, and then the Bears certainly were fortunate to get that Loveland second touchdown. Shout out to them. But I mean, Kyle Monungai, he's gonna have an awesome game. They're just gonna be able to run all over this New York Giants team, and then the Bears continue to be. They own the best turnover differential. The ball's bouncing the right way. They're going to be able to turn over Jackson Dart. And you look at this Giants defense on the road, they've allowed 137 points in their last 4 games, franchise record in a 4-game road span. You got to go back to 2013 to find a defense worse on the road. And last but not least, Ben Johnson versus Shane Bowen, I think is an all-time mismatch. So the Bears are going to be in their bag. This Giants team hitting a wall here, not much to play for. They're going to get run over offensively. Now, the Bears defense not perfect, but again, the Giants don't have many competent skill players.
Giants 27th DVOA, Bears 26th.
Overall DVOA?
Yeah. No, in defense.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, if the Giants
are coming off a stretch where they've been playing very good defenses week in and week out. The Niners would be the one you'd say maybe not, but clearly Robert Saleh came with a good plan. Broncos were in that list. The Eagles twice. I think this is a game where, and the weather, I'm not sure which offense.
Oh, I think it would definitely favor the Bears because they're going to be able to run the ball a bunch, right?
I would think. I mean, you maybe.
Oh, 100%.
But I think the weather potentially makes it more one dimensional.
No, Giants are going to run over, right?
Yeah, but look at what the Bears just engaged with the Bengals. Equally.
Oh yeah,
it took a worse defense.
If the Giants had T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, yeah, this would be a different handicap.
Okay. So what I would say.
We got Theo Johnson can't catch a ball. Like who's making plays on the Giants offense?
I think you're going to see them be able to run the ball.
Okay.
In this matchup, and I think you're going to see them be able to work some play action, and you're going to see Jackson Dart create something he does as well as anyone in the league. And the Bears laying 4.5, coming off a relatively soft couple games where you got to see the best of it against horrible defenses, from which the Giants are a step up from the Bengals. And so, which is crazy to say, but they are definitely.
Come on, they're both horrible.
The Giants have a horrible run defense, but their pass rush can at least create some problems. They potentially are going to get some guys back in the secondary this week.
Okay.
And again, you're laying 4.5 in a bad weather game.
Yeah. With the team that's going to be able to run all over one
with
other
Caleb Williams.
Yeah. They're not going to throw the ball that much.
Okay. We'll see how well Monungai looks.
Oh, he's going to look great.
7th rounder.
Yeah.
For a reason.
He looked awesome. Give me the Chicago Bears laying the 4.5. Ryan, it sounds like you're just gonna blindly take the Giants here.
I'm not blindly taking the Giants.
Give me the Bears.
You're laying 4.5 with Caleb Williams and
100%.
a team with no defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Against the Giants, I wouldn't do it against a lot of other teams. Giants are not
Bears
very good, right?
25th defensive adjusted line yards. The Giants are going to be able to run the ball in this game.
Okay, I guess we'll see. I'm skeptical.
Play action works, then that's the best of Jackson Dart.
All right. Hopefully,
one of the best creators in the National Football League.
Hopefully, he stays out there. Hey, let's put together a little underdog fantasy entry.
Keep wishing injuries. I don't know about that.
I just he's the
I don't know
one
about that.
The one wishing injuries.
That's the second time this week you're wishing injuries on Jackson
Dart. Wants to hang out with his buddy Cam Scadaba.
Be
He's
careful
trying
what you
to
say
injure
now.
himself.
Be careful what you say.
I know a guy who's trying to get hurt when I see one.
Be careful.
Kramer, let's put together a little underdog fantasy entry.
Careful.
Promo code SGPN where you can play $5, get $100 in bonus funds only when you use our promo code SGPN. Kramer, I'll let you start. What do you like here?
Let's see what we just I think we hop into the.
I assume you don't want a Kyle Manung guy. I mean, we can. Well,
not really. His stock's very high right now.
His yards are not out yet, but he's going to get in the end zone.
Why are his yards not out yet?
Because they're probably waiting to figure out if Swift is going to play or not.
He's going to play, right?
I think so, but again, I'm not setting the projections over on Underdog. Lamar Jackson higher 35.5 rush yards. That would be my suggestion.
Yes.
Okay.
We feel good about his health, right?
Yeah, I think so. Now he doesn't take care of himself. He probably is.
No, I don't mean long term.
Oh, okay.
I mean like we feel like he's healthy and he's.
I mean
willing
the game
to run
does age you, Ryan.
He ran 5 times for 14 yards against the Dolphins.
5 for 19.
He had 5 attempts though. I like it. Let's go higher.
Yeah, I'll take the higher 35.5. What are you tossing in there, Ryan?
All right. So you stole my angle. That's what you did.
Oh wow.
You asked me for one. I said let's go to the Ravens game.
I don't recall that.
We can go to the tape. That did happen. All right. So we can. What's the Jackson Dart rushing yards?
Okay, I was going to say Jackson Dart for
41.5 is very high.
Let's see.
It's very high.
Do they have his INTs?
No, we're not doing that.
Fumbles lost is a good angle for him.
Caleb with the fumbles. That's actually a great point.
INTs thrown. It's not spicy. It's the other way.
You can play that.
Okay.
I'm not playing that.
What are you playing, Ryan?
Well, I'm going to the old regular.
I mean, Judkins, I think is pretty interesting. I mean, I guess it's 85.5.
I got one for you.
Sure.
Trevor Lawrence higher 15.5 rushing yards to go with Lamar.
Aren't the Texans pretty good at slowing down?
Yeah, but I look at the way that Trevor's been. All right, we can go somewhere else.
No, I mean, my concern is why didn't Bo Nix run for more rushing yards? He had that one big one late.
Yeah, he crushed his number because he had the one big one. That's what the angle is.
Trevor Lawrence higher 15.5 rushing yards. Lamar Jackson higher 35.5 rushing yards. Use that promo code SGPN. $100 entry or turns you $300 over an Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm is gonna bet you with picks, props, sides, total. Rhythm has you covered. Use that promo code SGPN25. Kramer showing off our fluff buff.
Oh, I got college up.
Yeah, come on, Ryan. We talk enough amateur athletics in this show. Let's see. Oh, here's one that Rhythm likes. Smart Signal. Darius Slayton under 3.5 receptions. Smash that. And of course, you can build your own models and get your own picks, props, sides, totals, and of course, track your plays in Rhythm for a chance to win $1,000 when you just sign up. And of course, if you're promo code SGPN25, download the app today. Super fun. It's just great to have the numbers, guys. Again, I'm a gut handicapper, but then I look at the numbers. If the numbers don't match my gut, to me, it's a good stay away, or it's a great way for some brainstorming. Get your brain headed in the right direction. Download the Rhythm app today and use that promo code SGPN25 for 25% off.
Oh my, you have a lot of favorites, Sean. I'm noticing on the card so far. Yeah, so far.
You got the Jets, the Falcons. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I was some point.
Well, a lot of dogs hit last week, didn't they?
Some dogs hit.
These things seem to even out.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right, moving along. We switch the clocks as we get to the afternoon slate. 1:05 p.m. on the West Coast. Little AFC West matchup. Cardinals, Seahawks. Seahawks laying 6.5. They are also a public side. They're catching more than 85% of the handle. Oh my God. 85% of the tickets. Minus 300 on the money line. Plus 250 for the road dog, who, by the way, new quarterback, not because Kyler's bad, but because he's injured. Got a second opinion. He's going to be out for a while. Could be the rest of the season. No big deal. Arizona plus 250, 44.5 is the total. Arizona back-to-back road spot. They're coming off Monday Night Football, so on a short week. A little alarming because they are coming off a game where they played the Cowboys, and everyone seems to look really good when they play the Cowboys.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't, to me. Yeah, their offense probably looked better than it normally would, but I think the takeaway was that Cardinals defense played really well, and as bad as the Cowboys have been, their offense had played well. Walter Nolan, the rookie who finally got on the field for his first game, I thought he was a difference maker instantly. And you look at Trey McBride; he now has 4 receiving touchdowns in 3 games with Jacoby Brissett as the starting QB. On the other side, he has 5 receiving touchdowns in 39 career games with Kyler Murray as the starting QB. And we saw Marvin Harrison, how excited he was to have Jacoby Brissett as the quarterback.
Do you see Marvin Harrison Sr. had some comments?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's not a guy you want to piss off.
You do not. I mean, imagine, I think Drew Petzing called his best game of the season after Marvin Harrison said,
scared.
I got you in the crosshairs, son.
Now, Seahawks, they've been awesome, right? They're coming off a blowout win on the road. They've looked incredibly good. You look at their DVOA. I saw that Seahawks through 8 games DVOA number 1. So this is a historic teams through 8 games DVOA. Number 1 team all time 2007 Patriots through 8 games. Number 2 1991 Skins. Number 3 the 85 Bears. Number 4 this 2025 Seahawks team, which they're good, but I don't know if they're like elite. And I keep looking back at the amount of turnovers they had against this Texans defense the last time they played at home. And there is a weird home road dynamic going on for this Seattle team. They're bringing in Shaheed. I certainly understand why the Seahawks are favored. I get why the Cards are a dog here, but yeah, I mean, Jacoby Brissett showed up on the road. I think he's going to be able to hang around with this team. And I really liked what I saw out of that Cardinals defense. Maybe I'm crazy, but this to me feels like a competitive division game. I know Seattle historically has owned them, and Seattle is playing really well. Kramer was considering taking Darnold MVP odds in the office. I wasn't no part of it, but I think 6.5 is a hair too high. Give me the Cardinals.
I think part of what your hesitancy is when it comes to this team and why they're so good, they have, and maybe this is really what the story is. They have a historically good special teams.
Yeah.
When
Which
you look
DVOA
at their
factors in. Yeah.
Well, no. What I'm saying is their special teams DVOA is historically good. It would be the best special teams over the last 20 some odd years. And if in a normal year, it's performing twice as good as the normal best special teams. And so that's how you can have these weird anomalies, a lot of these turnovers, a little bit of boomer bust. Clearly the offense, when it's working, but also they have this really good special teams. And so I still don't know how much I really want to lay a big number with them in a divisional spot. especially like you said, and you didn't mention the most important part of the defense. Walter Nolan being there, that's awesome because my defensive player of the year candidate, Josh Sweat, who's not that far away from the lead in sacks. That whole pass rush and that front works now that they have all their pieces. Calais Campbell still playing football, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But the back end is now healthy, Sean.
Yeah.
Now Max Melton is going through the protocol, but everyone else is healthy.
It's a big difference.
Will Johnson's a game changer. That was one of those picks. He fell because of athleticism and injury, and he's been balling out. And I love how, I don't know if Colby was attempting to make Kyler really tiny on the slide or if that very funny, but I think when you're now back in a divisional spot with this Seahawks team, who is being talked about widely as one of the best teams ever, being talked about in the same vein as the 2007 Patriots, the 85 Bears, it's an obvious point where you're selling them. The spread tells you the same story, Sean. This is everyone's betting the Seahawks shit. It's not going to hit 7. Why? Because
they feel comfortable taking
the Cardinals. And if you listen to the way Jonathan Gannon speaking about the team this week, I think he knows that the defense is going to start to play well. That weird, awkward confidence he had back when he first entered the building and filmed that weird video with Kyler.
He reminds me of a guy behind the scenes that we've worked with back in the day. Similar look, similar like awkwardness.
Squirrely as fuck.
He's competent. The guy we worked with, not competent, but yeah. Arizona plus 6.5. Let's go, baby.
Dog.
I will say though, I'm with you. Eye test. This is not one of the greatest teams of all time.
Yeah, and what I mentioned by saying DVOA does factor in special teams, where some of these other like EPA and some of these other ones don't factor in special teams. So if you look at some other advanced stuff, maybe it doesn't have them as high. And they're certainly a good team. I just don't. They haven't struck me as historically good.
Yeah, it is interesting because I would expect that EPA doesn't like the Seahawks as much because of the turnovers.
Yeah, which is huge.
EPA if there was one of the things that EPA probably cares about a lot more than DVOA is like all turnovers, regardless of game situation. Anyway, game 2 in the late afternoon window, 1:25 on the West Coast. The Detroit Lions, little revenge, Sean, against the Washington Commanders.
Oh yeah,
knocked them out of the playoffs last year. Detroit is the public side here, getting all the action, tickets and handle. Meanwhile, the Commanders have a game in Madrid on deck. That's getting Dan Quinn backwards hat, hanging out with the ladies, a little siesta.
Little tapas. Hey, I got tapas for the table, everyone.
Yeah, he's more of a big plate guy. He doesn't like those small plates. But the most important thing, the Washington Commander football team Redskins are a close your eyes special because they got hammered last week.
Well, it's right on the edge because they underperformed the spread by exactly 21 points.
And that's where the trend starts, 21 or more. And they lost their quarterback. So you're getting even some bonus juice here. The look ahead was Detroit -3. 3.5, and now it's 8, -415 on the money line. Washington +335, 49 is the total. This is a very interesting spot and not one where I found too many positive things to say about the Commanders. Obviously, crushing blow to lose their young quarterback for maybe only 4 weeks. I'm going to guess the rest of the season. There's a natural potential letdown spot there. We've already had Mariota come in and get his like 1 game bump.
Yeah,
it's already happened this season. I don't think that gets to happen multiple times. But I go to church. I'm gonna observe the close your eyes special. But I'd be curious if you have a more competent, because this is gross. I guess those are the best close your eyes specials.
No, and it's gross for a reason. That's why we're taking the gross dog here. The Lions are good off a loss. All those metrics good. Off
so many reasons to take them.
And they've just been dominated ATS. Good after a loss, losing as a favorite. Goff though, after a straight up loss, he's much better indoors than outdoors. The numbers really fall off when he's got to go outdoors.
That is true.
And we saw him struggle a little bit with that Minnesota defense. Now, I would say, as someone who is going to blindly take the close your eyes special here.
Oh, so you're all the way back. I like that.
The thing that is enticing as a Redskins backer is the Detroit Lions offensive line injuries. Like the Lions, one of their strengths, why they can pound the rock and give Jared Goff plenty of time, is because their offensive line is so good. And we're buying. You cannot buy lower on this Washington defense. Commanders are the first NFL team since the 2020 Jags to lose 3 straight games by at least 21 points. The market's correcting itself. I know it doesn't feel right, but the Redskins are the play. Washington +8.
Also, Dan Quinn has performed well in almost. Dan Quinn's defenses have done well in almost every matchup he's had in his career against Jared Goff, including back to some matchups against the Rams. So I definitely like this matchup. And to your point on what, if you're going to sit down and watch Brian Flores and try to replicate it, Dan Quinn's defenses generally at least have the idea of attacking enough to do that. And we saw a player win an appeal for the first time.
Oh, wow.
And so Luvu is going to be on the field. That matters.
Really? He won his appeal.
Still has to pay an insane amount of money, but yeah. 100. Sorry, I was looking up $100,000 still has to pay.
Chump change.
That seems like a aggressive amount of money to have to pay for trying to do your job, right?
Injure people.
Well, I mean, tackle.
Yeah,
we can't cherry pick this. Like, oh, this guy was trying to hip drop.
Well, there was a lot of. He's had a lot of warnings leading up to the potential.
I'm just saying, he's being Draymond Greened here, probably.
Yeah,
ever since he was jumping over the line of scrimmage with the tush push.
Yeah, exactly.
The league didn't like that, bringing the spotlight on their bad officiating.
I thought he was a hero.
Game
People forgot to get outraged about the Bills and their tush push, even though Sean McDermott was vocal saying it was a dangerous play.
Yeah,
and he was concerned about player safety. The Bills actually have more tush push touchdowns than the Eagles. Those are I'm the only one talking about that.
Are you?
I mean, besides the Eagles,
feels like
social
there's a
media,
lot of people talking about it.
No one else, no national person is saying, "Hey, why don't we shit on the Bills for doing the tush push? Why do we only shit on the Eagles?" And again,
because it looks more beautiful when the Bills.
And again, because it's a white quarterback thing that you're obsessed with, Ryan. But if you look at the slow motion, the guys are also jumping off sides.
No way.
Are you joking? Because it's 100%. But no, the same thing.
I haven't seen because no one's talking about it.
Hence why I'm talking about it.
Well, it's good that you're bringing awareness.
Thank you. No one cares, but I do.
Well, I mean, we'll get to it
hilarious.
later, but it's a legacy tush push day.
Oh yeah,
coming up on Monday Night Football. All right, last game in once again the 3-game late window where Scott Hansen forces his way into your quad box. They don't give you an option to get Scott Hansen out of there. I'd rather have a blank spot than Scott Hansen, especially with his weird control over my time-space continuum. Rams laying 4.5 on the road here against the Niners, -210 on the money line. Niners +180, 50 is the total. I mean, obvious narrative here is revenge from earlier in the season where these two teams met on Thursday night.
Yep.
Is that simple?
Well, and again, I keep leaning into this angle. You got to go back to Christmas of 2023. 49ers are 1-14 ATS after a win. They just cannot put together like back-to-back good performances, and the injuries keep piling up for this 49ers. They lost rookie D lineman Mikael Williams. The Rams are
matters too.
They just don't have anyone healthy on defense anymore.
He's being very good though. He's one of those, like he will never get the accolades because of the type of position he plays, but
yeah. And Shanahan does have the edge, but it's not crazy. It's 11-7 in favor of Shanahan. This Rams team is insanely fired up. They're playing really good football. Now, certainly playing the Saints last game helped, but I think it got their confidence up. And Puka, he's going to be out there. Puka against his secondary. The Rams defense also did a very good job smashing the run game. So unlike the team the 49ers just played, where they could just hand it off to Christian McCaffrey a million times and get him a huge workload, and that was their offense. The Rams are not going to let that happen, and the Rams are going to be fired up. I don't think 49ers have a particularly good home field edge. The ATS numbers back that up. 8-14 ATS since the start of last year. The in season revenge very strong here. Rams roll. So yeah, give me the Rams laying the 4.5.
Yeah, and strangely, the Rams have done well. They've won the last 2 up in San Francisco. It is weird because they can't hold serve at their own field.
Yeah, because it's humiliating to have someone else to lose the fan base. But now that they're on the road, they're kind of like the Chargers. They're almost better on the road, especially against the 49ers.
I think also the element of the other side of the time of possession coin from earlier in the show, where this Rams team was cruising. Puka got hurt.
Very healthy defense.
Puka could have come back in. It sounds like Puka didn't need to come back in. They, if you noticed last week, they were using the shit out of Blake Corum. Why? I think they wanted Kyron Williams nice and rested. I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Kyron Williams. And I think I'm with you. I'll say this though.
Just ram it.
It still feels a little bit like if this ends up being a field goal game, we're gonna just like so dumb. Why did we not just? But yeah, I think we're also close to seeing the the Rams might hit another gear.
Yeah, they're playing really well.
I think certainly in the range, and at some point, which by the way I didn't mention this, but Brock Purdy. Someone told me Brock Purdy was playing this week, and I said I don't think that's true.
No.
And so I went deeper.
Yeah, it is a McCorkle game.
Are we sure Brock Purdy's coming back this year?
No,
this fucking Niners team and their injury.
Well,
games.
remember Brandon Ayuk? He might be ready week 1. Like, come on, they're clearly.
So none
of these guys are coming back.
They still haven't opened Brandon Ayuk's window.
Yeah, because he's not coming back.
The window is 3 weeks, and
so they don't think he's within 3 weeks.
We're at week 10.
Yeah, and
their bye week is week 14, I believe.
Yeah, I would say if Purdy might come back after that. These turf toe where you re-aggravate it, it's going to take so long.
Sounds like it won't heal until basically the off season. So maybe you just shut him down.
Yeah, and Mac Jones isn't that much worse than certainly not 100% McCorkle. Like Mac Jones. Whatever his injury percentage versus Brock Purdy, I think he's the better option right now.
He's a gamer.
Yeah.
And I would say as long as you're in structure, he can do it as well as Purdy. Purdy's a better runner arounder, if things break down, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't know. Stafford MVP talk, very real. I just, that back. Remember how concerned we were to start the season? Sunday night football, the Pittsburgh Steelers head to Los Angeles where they're going to take over SoFi.
Will they play Renegade even though
taking on the Chargers? Chargers lane.
They just commandeer the stadium sound. Oh, we're going to play Renegade.
Chargers laying 2.5 -150 on the money line. Steelers +130. 45 is the total. A little bit. So the look ahead was 4.5 here. Obviously, Joe Alt, the offensive line state, that's not good. They're trading for Trevor Penning was playing guard for the Saints, not well. Now he's going to play tackle for the Chargers against TJ Watt. That feels like a bad matchup.
It's bad.
Chargers are at home in one of the fakest home spots you will ever see. If there is a fan base that I know is going to take over this stadium, it is 100% the Pittsburgh Steelers. And although we're buying at a high point, certainly we understand that with the Steelers demonstrating how Daniel Jones may not be a god after all. I think they're only going to look just as good against this offensive line for the Chargers that has given Decker a heart attack every single week. I don't think Decker plans on going to this game. He does like a good primetime standalone game, but I worry for this Justin Herbert health situation. Again, they traded for a bad guard on the Saints, and they're going to play him at tackle. Sean,
Seems like a horrible idea.
Horrible idea. And they were already getting him killed.
Well, and the Joe Alt splits are crazy, and especially going up against this Steelers front seven, which a lot of big names, and we finally saw TJ Watt kind of taking over some games or taking over a game and really impacting it turnover wise. But when Alt plays 50 snaps or more for the Chargers, they are 14-5 straight up. When he either doesn't play or plays fewer, they are 3-5 straight up. Yep. So that's a pretty big difference. And even just watching against that Titans team, who was without Jeffrey Simmons. Now I wasn't tracking live when Joe Alt. I don't remember, but in general, like the Titans defensive line was getting pressure on this Chargers team, and watching the game with Decker. Justin Herbert is a little bit more careless with the ball. He blames it on Madison Beer, the new girlfriend, but he's a little more careless with the ball. Can Justin Herbert make all the throws? Yes, but the part about being a successful quarterback in the NFL is not turning the ball over as well and making sure your team gets those wins. Love the Steelers here plus 2.5. Friendly reminder: Tomlin as a dog, 67, 40, and 2 ATS. And the Chargers defense, it's weird. I know the Titans didn't score an offensive touchdown, but they were moving the ball against this Chargers defense. But to me, it's just all about the Steelers and what they can do defensively against this Chargers offense without Joe Alt. It's just a completely different team with this offensive line. Mekhi Becton, I still think is going to be out.
I also think they got lucky because due to injuries, they played Ramsey at safety a ton.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's fair to say that the pass rush had a lot to do with why the defense played better, but I think Ramsey playing safety, freelancing a little bit more, being able to be all over the place certainly had something to do with it. And so, we probably didn't need to talk for 10 minutes about a system play.
Smash it, Ryan.
Tomlin as a dog, you take the 2.5.
Steelers plus 2.5.
You don't lay it. You take the 2.5. We learned this many moons ago. Although let's maybe not all. We'll hold that thought for 1 second. Philadelphia Eagles coming off a bye, head to Green Bay, Wisconsin to take on the Packers.
Eagles fly. Going to be chanting that in the stadium
where Sean will be there. So meet and greet. If you're nice to him, he might give you a firm handshake. It is cold though, so it might be with a glove. Packers were 3 on the look ahead. They're now 2.5, minus 130 on the money line. Eagles plus 110, 44.5 is the total. All right. So Packers are coming off a bad loss. They have a receiver room now that is getting very banged up. They lost Tucker Kraft.
Yep.
They Matthew Golden doesn't seem like he's going to play this week. Jaden Reed doesn't seem like he's going to be back this week. Dontavian Wicks is it sounds questionable. A lot of positive talking up of Luke Musgrave for what it's worth, and a Green Bay team that just allowed a one-dimensional power running team to run it down their fucking throats. And it's going to be cold. I okie doked you a little bit there, Sean. This one feels like one of the easiest picks I've made in a long time.
Really? I know you love shitting on
the Panthers. Didn't throw the forward pass. Bryce Young had 100 yards passing.
Well, and
they ran the ball down their throat with Rico Dowdle. They are a poor man's version. Their offensive line running back situation is a poor man's version of what I think the Eagles offensive line is finally healthy coming off the bye. Yep. It seems very much like they're going to be able to stress the Packers defense.
Yeah. And obviously getting Jalen Phillips, we'll see how much he's able to play. Brandon Graham is coming back out of retirement. Nolan Smith coming back from the IR. So a lot of the big dogs on the defensive line side, I think we're going to be able to pressure Jordan Love and those, throwing off your back foot. You got lucky. You got away with it against the Steelers. You didn't get away with it against the Panthers. And I think this Eagles team is going to be able to turn over Jordan Love early and often. And the offense, we saw the offense really clicking, firing on all cylinders. I expect AJ Brown to be out there coming back off the hamstring. You got a healthy Saquon Barkley. You have a healthy offensive line, and you're making Jalen Hurts a dog with 2 weeks to think about that.
Is Barkley healthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he could have played in the rest of the Giants game. As you know, Ryan, it was a blowout. So they didn't need him, but yeah, I think
he's limping. Are you sure?
Where are you seeing he's limping?
No, he was limping pretty hard in that game. I don't know if he could have returned.
Okay. According to their medical staff, he could have returned.
I'm just checking.
I love how you like to grind out the details.
Well, yeah. Having a groin injury, I would be a little, full go in a cold weather situation might be a little dicey.
Off 15 days of rest. And if you look at teams in this situation, 15 days of rest have just been awesome. 34, 29, 1 ATS. When they're underdogs, though, even more. 24 and 13 ATS. When you get 15 days of rest against this Packers team, there's going to be a large contingent of Eagles fans taking over Lambeau, shredding those cheeseheads. Eagles roll.
I will say I don't know if I'm as bullish about the pass rush against the Packers, but I do think they are going to turn them over. I think because I think cold weather Jordan Love, we sometimes forget because you don't get it for a couple weeks to start the season. But nothing helps a floater coming off the back foot like some cold weather. I think the interceptions will come regardless of the pass rush. But to me, this is just going to be a story about time of possession.
Yeah,
and you didn't even mention it. Jacobs is banged up, and I don't think they're quite the same when he's not 100%. He only got half the snaps last week, Sean.
Dick Puncher saying Jordan Love is the highest DPA per play in the NFL against the blitz this season. Well, I don't think they're going to be blitzing a ton. Honestly, I think the Eagles defense is going to be able to get home with that front four.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with both of those things, but I think Vic Fangio is going to. I don't think they're going to get a ton of. I don't think they're going to have some gaudy pressure sack numbers. I do think Vic Fangio is going to confuse Jordan Love.
Okay,
I do think that Jordan Love not having 100% of his pass catching targets is going to be a problem, and those guys are all fragile as shit. So who knows if they can survive the whole game? But I mean, Tucker Kraft was clearly the primary target.
24% of their receiving yards.
He's not there. He's not coming out of that tunnel. And who knows? Luke Musgrave. Just the way that the vibe I got when LaFleur was talking about Musgrave is like he had to like motivate a kid on his team that didn't really want to play all that much.
Go Birds, Eagles plus 2.5. Kramer, say it.
I will take the Eagles plus the 2.5.
Sharp.
I really like it in a teaser.
Oh, tease it up to 8.5. Well,
great long teaser.
I don't like it in a teaser. Don't need it. Hey, head over to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code SGPN because they are presenting the lock, dog, and tease. Kramer, would you like to go first or second? What do you want to do here?
I think me going second has been working, right?
For you, yeah. My locks have been horrible.
Oh, whoa! So you want to switch it up?
I don't care.
Oh, it feels a little hostile.
Okay. I'll go with give me the Denver Broncos lane 9 at home. Ooh. Lock that up.
Thursday night lock.
Yes.
Spicy.
Nice little mojo shift. Other lock. Give me the Rams laying 4.5 on the road at the San Francisco 49ers. And system play as always. Tomlin as a dog. Steelers plus 2.5. 4. My money line dog. Bunch of interesting options here. Atlanta I can't do again. Atlanta, their kicker, 2 separate kickers have fucked me in Atlanta money line plays. Week 1 at home against the Bucks. That guy Koo missed it. They got rid of him. They bring in a new kicker, misses the extra points against the Pats. They got rid of him. Now they got a different kicker for the Germany game, which I might end up betting on, but I'm not going to put in the money line dog. I saw a nice little burst out of this Cardinals team. I think they're live here on the money line. Give me the Arizona Cardinals plus 250. I think that defense is going to be pretty intriguing for my tease. Very interesting tease options. We'll start with the Carolina Panthers down to a pick. Essentially, you always got to tease the Panthers, Ryan, when you get a chance. Give me. I'm not teasing the Jets though. Give me the Falcons. Give me the Falcons up to 12.5 in Germany. This is an insane tease. And then, give me the Bears plus 1.5 on the tease. Not going to need it, but just in case. Kramer.
Arizona plus 6.5.
Oh, nice.
Jags -1.
Come on, another Jags. All right. I mean, we are fading Davis Mills.
Yes.
Bonus lock, Ryan.
Bonus lock. So I have two in the hopper because one of them is comical, but I really feel strongly about this Jets spot. I'm just terrified to do it against that defense with Justin Fields. So I'm going to lock up Baltimore -4.
So then if the Jets hit, you will get credit, right?
No, I'm going to be betting. There will be a paper ticket on them.
No.
You know what? Make the Jets my dog.
Okay. New York Jets on the money line. What kind of price you getting there? Okay. 113.
Yeah. I'll update the people when I get it in Vegas, if they're still dogs.
What about your tees?
So many options. Give me the Eagles plus 8.5. Give me the Steelers plus 8.5.
Okay.
And now I would say that I do not like the Jets as a teaser leg. I'm not getting into that business. Well, a lot of really fascinating options here. Giants plus 10.5.
Giants plus 10.5. You might need all 10 of those, Ryan. There. All right, time for our Circa Million card.
That would be a winner, right?
Yep. Okay. So Circa Million. What do you need? What are we doing here? Arizona. We both like them.
I think Arizona should be on the card.
Okay. Denver.
Do we want to play Thursday for the first time?
Yes.
I like
what
this.
better way to start off the contest?
It's both genius and desperate at the same time. I love it.
It's just that overtime thing where they ran so many plays. They're going to be dog ass tired. It's like it's like that other rest disparity spot that we're just not going to see that often. I feel like we got to take advantage. So we got the Cardinals and the Broncos. Steelers. I'm putting in here.
It's fine.
I do like.
I see you're tiptoeing around the Jags.
All right. Put the Jags in.
We can put Baltimore on if you'd rather have Baltimore.
Okay, Baltimore. And then what's our last one then?
I mean, we have two dogs, two favorites.
Yep.
Do we want to just put the close your eyes special in there?
Oh, okay.
Washington plus 8.
All right, sure. Get cute. Washington plus 8.
I wouldn't say it's. I think part of the reason the close your eyes special is so strong this year is probably that most teams aren't that good.
Yeah. No,
now,
it's
Detroit is one of those good teams, so we're putting it to the test. Washington has also lost as a close your eyes special.
Yeah. So they're not going to lose twice as a close your eyes special.
I would say that's their due, or against whatever the opposite of due is.
So our Circa Million card: Arizona plus 6.5, Broncos laying the 9, Steelers plus 2.5, Ravens laying the 4 on the road, and the Washington Commanders catching 8 at home against the Detroit Lions. Kramer, when we talk to you next, live youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast, bonus college basketball picks episode, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 o'clock East. Then later on in the day, 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock East, week 10 NFL props, CJ Sullivan in studio. Going to be an awesome time. Of course, make sure you head over to Spotify, toss us some questions and comments while you're over there. Hit us with the 5 stars. Always appreciate that. Kramer, feels like a point spread song this week. Can you get that ready to go?
I can do that.
Okay. While you're queuing that up, of course, remind everyone, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he's Ryan.
Sean, good luck this week.
Kramer, let it ride.
Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. I bet my last time and I'm waiting with dread. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. I bet the money line on my parlay card. The odds are fine, they made a first down. My team is trying to go down. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. My bookie me around the block. Bill collectors are calling me around the clock. I gamble all night, my eyes are red. The dice are all right, and I got poker in my head. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. The time is running down, let's make a first down. I need some luck to make a buck. Oh Lord, we're a point behind, let's come from behind. Let's go ahead and give me a touchdown. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. It's fourth down, the goal line is just ahead. They scored a touchdown and covered the spread. They scored a touchdown and covered the spread. Oh Lord, thank you so much, my rent is paid. Oh Lord, I love you so much, we covered the point spread. We covered the point spread. We covered the point spread. We covered the point spread.